I'd like to commence this video with a request. For those interested in receiving more premium betting tips and predictions, especially if my guidance has contributed to your success in winning bets and generating revenue, I kindly seek your support in revitalizing this channel. Your assistance plays a crucial role in bolstering my presence on YouTube. You're welcome to explore my Patreon support tier or check out my various plans. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you seeking our premium picks. You can find the link in the bio and comment section below. Thank you for considering and supporting me. Diamondbacks vs. Braves. Total pick, over. Analysis: the Braves have a strong lineup and should be able to score runs against the Diamondbacks' struggling pitching staff, leading to a high-scoring game. Blue Jays vs. Yankees. Total pick, over. Both teams have potent offenses and inconsistent pitching, which could lead to a high-scoring game. Orioles vs. Pirates. Total pick, under. Both teams have struggled offensively, and the pitching matchup is relatively even, suggesting a low-scoring game. Phillies vs. Nationals. Total pick, over. The Phillies lineup has the potential to score runs against the Nationals' inconsistent pitching staff, leading to a higher-scoring game. Dave Martinez and his Nationals were looking to take a step forward in 2024, but they've gotten out to a rough start, dropping 6 of their first 8 games. Washington lost 2 of 3 to both the Reds and the Pirates, and they'll be looking to at least salvage a game on Sunday to keep the trend going. As for the long-term outlook, the odds makers aren't too high on Washington this season. The Curly W's are priced at plus 12,000 to win the NL East, which are the longest odds in the market. Circling back on Saturday's 5-2 loss, this time from Washington's perspective, offense was clearly tough to come by. The lone runs came off the bat of Joey Gallo's 2-run tank in the 3rd inning. As for the pitching, Jake Irvin took the loss after allowing 4 earned runs on 5 hits over 6.0 innings pitched. Mackenzie Gore will head to the bump on Sunday, and the 25-year-old will also be making his second start of the new campaign. Gore took a no decision in a 5.1-inning effort against the Pirates on Monday. The left-hander allowed 3 earned runs on 5 hits and 2 walks. He struck out 6, while the Nationals lost 8-4. Gore made 27 starts last season, going 7-10 with a 4.42 ERA and 1.40 WHIP. Sorry for burying the lead, but I needed some numbers to fill up this section. Let's start with Philadelphia's numbers against the youthful Mackenzie Gore. Over 73 at-bats. They're 24-73, .329, and 11.72 for HR. Of those, 24 hits have gone for extra bases. On the flip side, the Nationals have found some success against Christopher Sanchez. Finally, neither of these bullpens has been very reliable this season. Philadelphia is 29th in bullpen ERA, 7.00, and 22nd in WHIP, 1.56, while Washington is currently 15th, 4.28, and 25th, 1.68, in those respective categories. Let's lock in the over for this divisional clash. Mets vs. Reds. Total pick, over. The Mets' strong lineup and the Reds' struggling pitching staff could result in a high-scoring game. Game 1 of this series was a tight pitcher's duel, but Game 2 was a much more familiar sight at Great American Ballpark with balls flying everywhere, taking the over to 3-2 in their past 5 meetings in Cincinnati. For the Mets, the over is 5-5 in their past 10 overall games, with the team allowing 4 or more runs in 5 of their 8 games this season, and for the Reds, the over is 7-3 in their past 10, with 31 runs scored in their 5 home games this season, so expect this to be much the same as the Game 2 thriller. Keep it simple, take the over. Athletics vs. Tigers. Total pick, under. Both teams have struggled offensively, and the pitching matchup is relatively even, indicating a lower-scoring game. These teams have been absolutely brutal on the offensive side of things, so expecting this many runs feels a bit too much. Detroit and Oakland combined for 4 total runs on Saturday, so this just feels a little bit high. Joe Boyle has shown last season that he can keep the opposing lineup guessing, and Jack Flaherty is pitching to a career 3.73 ERA, so he has proven to be able to keep hitters off the bases and out of scoring position. Take the under as the better option, as these teams are not scoring many runs. Mariners vs. Brewers. Total pick, under. Both teams have solid pitching staffs, which could lead to a lower scoring game. The Seattle Mariners have an over-under record of 4-4-1 this season. Milwaukee has an over-under record of 3-4 this season. In the 3 games this season where the Brewers' total line was at 8.5, only one of those games went over the total. Seattle has had only one game in which their line was at 8.5 for the total. That game ended up staying under the total. I am siding with the under at 8.5. White Sox versus Royals. Total pick, White Sox, over. The White Sox's lineup has the potential to score runs against the Royals' inconsistent pitching staff, leading to a higher scoring game. Guardians versus Twins. Total pick, Guardians, over. Both teams have strong lineups and the potential for a high-scoring game. Marlins versus Cardinals. Total pick, Cardinals, under. The Cardinals' pitching staff has been relatively consistent and could limit the Marlins' offense, leading to a lower-scoring game. Gibson will certainly be looking to build off his strong showing in his first appearance of the season, and with Meyer's ability to bring the heat, look for him to keep the Cardinals guessing early. The Marlins' offense has struggled to get going this season, and they've hit their worst during daytime games. Meanwhile, St. Louis has been limited to base hits, which can make it difficult to generate runs, which will be hard to come by here. Under 8.5 runs. Dodgers versus Cubs. Total pick, Dodgers, over. The Dodgers' potent lineup and the Cubs' inconsistent pitching could lead to a high-scoring game. The over is the play in Sunday's game. These two teams will be trying to come away with the series victory, and the offenses have stolen the show in the first 10 days of the season. Chicago has the 5th best batting average, and they have scored the 6th most runs so far. The Dodgers lead the league in home runs and hits while they have the 3rd best batting average. Take the over on Sunday. Rays versus Rockies. Total pick, Rays, over. The Rays' strong lineup and the Rockies' inconsistent pitching staff could result in a high-scoring game. The total has gone over in both games of this series, and that is the pick I am leaning towards in this game, even with it set high at 12 runs. The Rockies have totaled 16 runs in the series, and the Rays have totaled 15 runs. Both teams have had major issues on the hill, especially the Rockies, who rank last in the majors in both team ERA and bullpen ERA. The Colorado bullpen gave up 7 runs in the last game, and the Tampa Bay bullpen fell apart in the Game 1 loss. Hudson was solid in his first start, not allowing any runs in 5 1/3 innings, but the Rockies still gave up 5 runs in a loss. Pipia gave up 6 runs in his first start and will not fare much better in this one. This game will be like the first 2 of the series, where each team will score a lot of runs, which is why the over is the pick. Take the over 12 runs. Padres versus Giants. Total pick, Padres, under. Both teams have solid pitching staffs, which could lead to a lower scoring game. Red Sox versus Angels. Total pick, Red Sox, over. Both teams have the potential to score runs, leading to a higher scoring game. Astros versus Rangers. Total pick, Astros, over. The Astros' strong lineup and the Rangers' inconsistent pitching could result in a high-scoring game. As I mentioned above, Texas has an edge in the bullpen. However, that edge comes because of underwhelming performances from Houston, rather than lights-out outings from Texas relievers. Houston enters Sunday's action ranked 26th in both bullpen ERA, 6.58, and WHIP, 1.73, while Texas is a pedestrian 13th, 3.57, and 18th, 1.46, in those respective categories. On the flip side, Texas bats have been on fire out of the gate. They trail only the Braves, .309, .900, in both team batting average, .301, and OPS, .864, to start the new campaign. As for Houston, they're 7th in team batting average, .267, and 8th in OPS, .772. With 2 depth starters and a couple of top 10 offenses, I think the best play on the total is the over.